So here's the deal. We are going to be doing the live show where basically, very simply put, I go live. And for 30 minutes, you guys get to beat me with the most horrific Social Security disability questions you can come up with. And that's basically what the show is. I used to think it's like, oh, we get a little moment. We get to have some fun. We get to chill out. No. It's can we crack this nut? Can we go ahead and get him to not be able to answer something specifically? So with that said, I'm going to go over the basic rules. Mondays and Thursdays usually I go live. I'm not consistent with that because I work 9 to 5 and turns into an 8 to 10:30-ish kind of job. As you know, I'm the most viewed and subscribed to Social Security disability attorney in America. And the big thing with this is that I really appreciate it. I think it's amazing that that's happening because, you know, there's a lot of mega companies out there that they go ahead and they buy massive ad space and they're on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and this and that. And they're just trying to get claimants. I don't do that. My big thing is I'm actually trying to slow down how many claimants I get. But with that said, I get it. I get what's happening in the market. I get what's happening with Social Security benefits. And in our little corner, which it is, it's a tiny little corner on YouTube, we've become this amazing thing where we get to talk about tough ideas. What changes are coming out? How does something work? You know, what happened in my hearing today? That was very weird. Stuff like that. So, all right. Basic rules with this video. Most of you already know them. Number one, you dial the 407-279-1754. I'm putting it into the chat area. It's again 407-279-1754. It pops up on this phone. You get 5 to 7 minutes to ask your question. No story mode. You get to ask your legal question right up front. Don't go into other stuff. Ask your legal question right up front. With that said, I'll try to answer it as quickly, simply as I can, but have your facts, have your fact pattern figured out ahead of time. It's only general information. I don't know your full claim. I don't know everything about it. I just don't know it. You know what I mean? Because I don't have your file in front of me. It would take hours for me to read your entire file. But the point is, it's only going to be general information. Now, I realize it's 1:29 a.m. right now. Nobody is supposed to be up. But yet, we have 55 people in this thing, and we just started the video, which is amazing because it is literally the middle of the night. Now, as you guys know, I go work at the homeless office tomorrow, so I'm not on calls tomorrow. I will be on calls basically on Thursday, on Friday. With that said, we're going to use our backup rule, which is, and here's the backup rule. When it's super late, which it is like it is, if nobody calls in within a 10-second period, then we end the video because it's super late and there's just not people calling in. So one more time, I'm going to give out that phone number, 407-279-1754. And while I'm doing that, you can throw little questions. If you have SSDI, SSI questions, disability questions, you can throw them into the top chat section right there. I'll take a look at them, go through them. But the bottom line is, other than, yes, my chair is super squeaky because it's falling apart. This is the second one that's falling apart. With that said, if you guys want to ask your question, throw it in the chat section. I'm now going to begin the countdown to see if we have any callers before we get this thing rolling. And I know that there's a little commercial at the beginning, so everybody has to join on there. Here we go. So we're going to start with 10, 9. Shit, there's one. All right, here we go. All right, speaker is on. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. I'm moving the speaker over here. What is your legal question? And remember to use a fake name. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm from one of those states that have L&I.
Okay.
If you know what that is.
Yeah, and, but wait. Remember, we're on YouTube, so you got to explain it. Remember, people aren't going to know that. So define it out. Give a little.
Labor Industries.
Okay, but go into that a little. Yeah.
Okay, so labor and industries is an insurance that you pay in as a worker in the state, and if you are disabled or hurt on the job, they'll either give you, depending on your injury, you can get a full pension, would be a lifetime pension, depending on what your earns, or, they'll, while you're recovering, they'll pay, your income. I think it's 70% of what you were making, and everybody has to pay it.
Mm-hmm. So it's
explain it enough?
So it's like a workers' comp that can be long-term for people who are basically injured, and it's non-taxable, right?
Correct.
Cool beans. Go ahead.
So I was declared a few months ago, after 5 years going through the process, as being 100% disabled. Mm-hmm. And basically a full pension. Mm-hmm. And I was asked by my attorney at the end of it if I wanted to file for SSI or SSDI. and that I would be a shoo-in.
Mhm.
Listening to you for the last 8 months, I'm thinking probably not, just because of just all the political.
So here's the thing. The only shoo-ins that really exist are people who have a compassion allowance listing, people who are completely blind. The Blind Institute gives that de facto in their statements and their diagnostic impression. There's a few other ones as well for certain types of like renals and cancers and stuff like that. But the problem is they don't have enough employees to have slam dunks like they used to, because remember, it just takes too much time and they don't have enough personnel to go ahead and process this stuff. So if you're wondering if this is a slam dunk, give me the top 5 impairments and I'll tell you which way it's rolling.
Well, I don't think it is a slam dunk. My attorney said it because I was given a full disability pension through L&I that it would be no problem if I wanted to go. And I don't think so. And so I'm not. I'm leaning towards definitely 100% not trying to. I get a pretty good amount with my 100% pension, and it's a lifetime pension. So as long as I'm alive, I'll get this with the cost of living. It just basically, I don't get the medical.
You got to file. You got to file for SSDI. You have to, because you want to opt into the Medicare. You have to.
Well, what would be the benefits? Well, obviously the benefit of the medical care, but with can't I just pay for my own?
I mean, you could, but why would you want to? Man, Medicare is.
Have the hassle.
Man, let me explain. I'm on private insurance because, I don't have Medicare. Ain't nobody gonna give me Medicaid, so I gotta pay to play. Man, you don't go on Medicare, you're effing yourself over. You have to literally apply for SSDI tomorrow and get that rolling because you have benefits that are able to be assimilated into the benefits. Tomorrow, apply. Go online, Social Security Disability Benefits, SSA website, apply, because your real benefit here is the Medicare option, getting it early. Because I can tell by your voice, you're not 62 plus. So,
No, 56.
Yeah. So I was going to say early mid 50s, but yeah. Okay. But bottom line is you're not a smoker. I can tell that. Are you a smoker?
Never in my life.
There you go. So, and man, let me tell you, I get some homeless claimants where I'm like, how old are you? And they're like, oh, I'm 43. And I'm like, what? Have you been smoking?
70.
Yeah. I'm like, God damn, you got dragon scales inside your vocal cords. Like, what happened?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, man, no, you got it tomorrow. Apply for SSDI benefits tomorrow. Get them going, get it rolling. Medicare. Yeah.
So the SSDI, that only gives me the medical because, I own my own house and, I'm not doing that. I say that. I'm probably 5 times what I would get if I was 100%, SSI or SSDI, tax-free because it's the pension. So I do fine. It's just, I guess the medical side of it's the only thing I was questioning.
I mean, look, here's the thing. You can stop applying for benefits whenever you want. It's insanity to do that. But my thing is this. If you want to take that money from your SSDI check every single month and donate it to the local dog and cat shelter, fine. But at least get it and then have the ability through your intent to direct its use. Like, look, let me tell you a little side thing with this, okay? What you should be doing is get your, you got your L&I, get your SSDI as well, get a second home, and then go ahead and rent that second home out as investment income that won't count against your SSDI and have somebody else manage it. And then you get even more money.
Right. Well, so whenever you collect SSDI, it deducts from your pension. So you don't get any extra money by doing that.
Well, it depends on how much you're getting. Well, you said, what was it, 3 to 4 times? No, you said 5 times more than SSDI, right?
I'm in 5,000 range plus a month.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. But still the Medicare. I mean.
Yeah. But I'll stay right about that amount whether I'm on SSDI or not. because whatever they give me, it deducts from my pension. So I won't ever get any more. And I do have a second rental, or a second place that I do rent.
So you got it. You're set up. You know what's going on.
Right. I think I'm doing it right. You know, I listen and learn and listen and learn, and I try to maneuver because I don't trust politicians.
Yeah, who would?
Government, you know, what they say, everything anybody tells me, especially if they're pushing the agenda, question it.
Yeah.
Research it. But, you know, and stay low key.
Yeah. I mean, that's stay under the radar. I mean, that's.
Yeah, don't put a target on yourself, because they will destroy you if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately that's the new way of life. It's just a scary thing. I tend to go by the rules of Rick and Morty, which is just try to glide through life without getting noticed. I'm doing a very poor job of that, but I think the Rick and Morty show has the perfect amount of understanding of how intergalactic wars work, and they're onto something. They really are. But yeah, man, sounds good. Get that Medicare going, get that rolling, and then go from there. But anyways, let me get to the next call real quick. You have a wonderful night.
I appreciate everything.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. A super thank you to Batty Beth C with the $2 donation, which is awesome. Put the little heart happy notice there, which is absolutely amazing. And I love the comments she had up above, which had Sweetie in the pictures, which is absolutely amazing. Shadow and Sweetie are both on their dog beds right over here. You're going to hear Shadow snoring. He snores so bad. He's a tiny dog. He's 30 pounds. But he snores like a troll. I don't even know what the deal is. Like, I'm talking full Lord of the Rings troll over here. All right, we got another call coming in. Let's get it real quick. All right. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I texted you earlier this week. You had helped me with trying to figure out my when my back pay and stuff was coming in.
Okay.
My question is, I'm still waiting for the judge to sign it because I didn't get any paperwork. This is what my advocate had told me. It happened on Friday. So what happened at this point? Do I have to wait for paperwork from the judge and then set up my account so how long do you think that part before I hear from the judge?
Well, I mean, the judge has to rule on it. Once the judge rules on it, he sends it down to the local field office. All right, so they rule on it. They send it back to the local field office. Local field office does a pre-effectuation interview. They call you. They ask you about the non-medical. Wow, we just had a massive donation. We had a $99.99 donation, which is absolutely massive, from Brett S. Brett S., we're going to come back to you and read your thing right after this call, but that is absolutely amazing and massive. That is wow. So with your Gigaroo, have you already done the pre-effectuation interview at the local office? Okay. All right. So you got to go through. You went through the medical. Yay. Now you got to go through the non-medical, which is that. Are you going to be an SSI or SSDI?
SSI.
Okay, gotcha. So if you're an SSI, you got to watch out for a lot of the poverty restrictions when you have that phone call. How much do you pay in rent? No, food isn't an issue anymore. They got rid of that rule. Where you're currently living, what kind of cars do you have, what kind of this, blah, 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 all that stuff. So what kind of resources do you have? So the point is, you got to be careful with that, pre-effectuation interview phone call, because that's all non-medical stuff. Once you get done with that, then usually around 2 to 3 weeks after that, you get your back pay check. Then usually around 4 weeks after that, 3 to 4 weeks after that phone call, you start getting your forward pay. Now, it could be faster, but usually get your back pay first and then your forward pay. Remember, you're an SSIer, so your back pay is going to come directly from that local field office. They're going to be the ones who actually do the payment on that. And then remember, you're going to get hit with that SSI with that, they got a thing where you get, an amount, and then you got to wait so many months, then you get another amount, and wait so many months, and you get the rest of it. So the bottom line is, you get some back pay, a little bit, 3 months worth, and then you get your forward pay check, and then you get the rest of your back pay as time rolls forward.
Well, I've been fighting for the past 3 years, so how long can they drag that part out?
Well, I mean yeah. Basically, they'll calculate your back pay, and then what happens is this. So for SSI, do you know about the SSI back pay rule, where they basically pay you portions over a period of time?
No, I didn't know about that.
Okay, so all right. So let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Probably not going to be able to find it, or maybe I can. Let me see if I can use. Okay, so yeah, here it is. So basically, I was hoping I could get a yeah. Okay, so it's POMS, SI. Wait, do you have a pen and paper? Here, you know what I'm gonna copy and paste it into the chat section. So if you want to go back to it in this video, it's totally fine too. Let me boop. There it is. So that's POMS. That's where you learn about it. The way it works, I'll give you the summary. So the way it works is, yay, you're found disabled, yay, and then at that point, they give you a back pay check. It's like three months worth. Then you got to wait 6 months. They give you another back pay check, 3 months worth. Then you got to wait 6 months. They give you the rest of the back pay. That sucks. What you could do is get what's called an emergency SSI release of back pay benefits. Okay. So it's a one-time emergency release. I'm trying to find the POMS for you right now. Release of back pay benefits. Let's see what we got here. Blah blah blah. In advance. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, here it goes. Okay, so here's the section 416.520. Let me get this over to you real quick. Okay, here we go. In a world where there's section 416.520. All right, so here you go, right there. Boop. So the thing is, you can go to that section and read and learn about the one-time magical emergency advancement of benefits. Wait, hold on. No, I got the wrong code here. Hold on. Is this the presumptive? No, these are presumptive payments. No, I got the wrong code here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find you the right one. Nope, it's not that. Nope, it's not that. No, all right. Anyways, just search on Google. Here's what the SSA wants. Let me get right to what you actually need. The way it works is this. Let's say you need to buy something that's pricey, right? And you know how much back pay you're going to get. And so you got your 3 checks worth, and now your back pay has like so much left. So you go find a car, you go find a trailer on a lot, that you can live in. You go find something that's expensive that you want to buy. And you go to them and you say, hey, look, I need this car for medical transportation. I need to buy it. My other car is unreliable. I'm selling it. I'm getting this car. Or you say, hey, I need to buy this place to go live because otherwise I'm not going to have a place to live, yada, yada, yada. Or this place I live in has this issue, that issue, whatever, and yada, yada, yada. So the whole idea, just keeping all that in mind, is that it's emergency release of your back pay funds to you as an SSI recipient ahead of when they're supposed to release it normally, so that you can get out of the crap situation you're in and buy something that you need.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One more quick question, if you don't mind. What's the that exit interview, whatever you were talking about the non-medical? Like, when does that actually happen? Like within 2 weeks of the decision, or?
So you get the decision letter from the judge. So the judge makes a decision, the local field office gets it, and usually calls you within 2 weeks, and then basically back pay 3 to 4 weeks, and then forward pay, more towards the 4 week side. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that actually helps out. My advocate didn't tell me the time frame. He told me it would be within 2 months. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
That's a little long. But the weird thing is, right now that's becoming more of a reality than what it was in the past, because if you get a field office that's overloaded and they can't get like an SSI person to work on it in the SSI back pay division, like it could be 2 months. I've got a guy who's been waiting 3.5 months, and we're about to on Thursday or Friday, when he calls back and tells me whether or not they processed it, we're going to be reaching out to the regional field office to say, hey, local FO ain't processing these benefits. Hup, let's get her done.
Wow. Well, I appreciate your help, and that actually helps me out a lot, because that's one thing I was trying to get as a time frame, and I couldn't get it from anyone. So I appreciate it. Thank you for all your help, and I've been watching you for a good almost 8-10 months. So
absolutely,
you helped me out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Good, sir. Sounds good. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. Or night. Yeah.
And have a good Thanksgiving next month.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, super. Thank you, good sir. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so real quick, I want to go into Brett S., who did an amazing, massive donation, $99.99. Thank you for helping me. I'm going to read exactly what it says. Thank you for helping me. Talk to local office. Had to send handwritten letter how I confused wage reporting with benefits of LTD and called 8 days later. Both letter and monthly benefit statement scanned into my file. Lady then fixed it. But we're slow pokes. They're so slow right now. The SSA field offices are so, and they don't have the employees. Like literally, I keep hearing from like local FO stations that, field offices, they're like, there's a lot of people on rotation that are working from home, which doesn't help the people being there to stay open, but they're having a tough time getting, and here's the thing, I talk with a lot of the DDS reps, and a lot of the new DDS reps, they're young. They're young and youngs. You know what I mean? They're young. They're like fresh out of college, young. So there's definitely something going on. And I mean, they're going to be slow pokes, but I'm very pleased that fixed it. I'm very happy that got it rolling in the right direction, because some of these things are just miserable to try and fix. Let's roll over to the next caller real quick. Here we go. I'm clicking some buttons here. Click, and they're calling in right now as I was calling them. Hold on, let me get this open. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name for this video. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Okay. I just turned 66.
Okay.
I have my qualification 40.
Okay.
And I was married for 21 years.
Okay.
I am divorced. My husband made a lot more than I did.
Okay.
I'm still working, and I'm not sure how complicated it is going to be to file for, on him. I know I can, because it's like 10 years, but we were married 21 years. How difficult is it? And I was told by an accountant I should get at 50%. And one time I called the Social Security office, they said I might get up to 36% and maybe less as the years go by. So I kind of want clarification.
Well, I mean, so did you already file the SSA 10 PDF?
No, I have not done. I'm still working full time, 40 hours a week.
So,
and I'm going,
okay.
Listening to you, I'm going, why should I file? I ain't going to get anything.
No, I mean, get in there, file. No, get in. Look, if you have benefits available to you, I back in the day, people were like, oh, holy cow, somebody just donated 10, Dale Whitten donated 10 memberships. That's, we're going back to that. That's,
awesome.
Wow, huge. That's massive. So here's the thing. I don't know specifically what his financial situation was, what the percentages were.
Well, it's double what I make, okay?
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you're
pretty good.
Yeah, so if you're rocking the retirement, you can possibly tap into applications for, in this case, widows or, benefits in that form. Go grab the SSA 10 form. And then also I would see if there's any additional forms you could potentially fill out. But the SSA 10 PDF, you just Google that. That's going to be your mainstay for what they're going to be looking for to go with that. So I'd go grab that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Both my sisters, they're one's 3 years, one's 4 years, one's 5 years older than I am.
Sure.
And I told her, I go, you gotta have medical when you retire, otherwise you'll be penalized every month.
Yeah.
So sister number 2, she's being penalized. Sister number 1, I think she did it right.
There you go. I'm telling the benefits. Yeah, the benefits take care of people if they work and make a lot of money, or they had a spouse that makes a lot of money. But I'll tell you this: like it's a system where they're just getting less and less every year, because that COLA ain't keeping up. So it's a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I just got off work, so.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. But go.
I'm listening to you, and I'm sharing with my sister, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm going, okay, I would like to retire because my job's harming the body, but I work for a company that all that stuff.
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I would like to retire, but I physically can still do things.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean,
I need to pay bills.
That is the problem I face too. The bills include student loans, and basically just it's ridiculous. Like I don't know how future generations beyond mine are going to be able to pay for stuff. Like the future millionaires of America are literally blue collar workers. They're literally the people who are going to make the most money in the future. Like this whole like, they're going to, the electricians, the welders, that's where the money is in the future. The, property owners, sure.
I make $510 a week.
Sure.
I bring home $385 a week.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm struggling.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, you said that the portion I would probably get just on myself. Oh, you said like $1,200.
I don't know. I don't know what. Keep in mind, like
just your basic. Just your basic.
I mean, it depends on a lot of stuff because remember, it's his earnings as a comparison point over a 35-year averaging algorithm against your earnings over a 35-year averaging algorithm. So it's not like right off the bat I can just tell you it's probably going to be this. Like you just call the SSA and you can ask them like what would that benefit be, and they'll tell you at the local field office. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. I would like to really do something because I don't mind working, but there's more to life that I can be doing with the church family and other things and my grandchildren.
Yeah. There's
I
a whole.
I was a homemaker most of my life since I was 16.
Yeah.
So, and I've been working steady at this job for 14 years.
Sure.
Almost 14 years, and I'm going. And I'm only bringing home less than $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
So. And he averaged 50 to 75,000 while he was still working.
Sure.
So,
okay,
I just everything I'm learning from you is like I have to keep working.
That's what they want.
That are stealing left and right.
That's what they want. You're paying for Ukraine.
You're trying to kill us.
Yeah, you're paying for Ukraine. You're paying for Israel. You're paying for all these places. And the worst part of it is that their mistreatment of the citizens has only been massively been made clear during the past presidential cycle or the current presidential cycle, because you add Ukraine and Israel and, potentially 15, 20 million new immigrants going to this country. All of a sudden, people are wondering, hey, wait a minute, aren't they telling us that they can't afford the stuff that they promised to give us already? And what are we doing giving this to everybody else? And that's what's killing the re-election cycle here is, why are we with our hands out asking for some chicken noodle soup when everybody else is getting steak dinner? So, it's, yeah.
Here's a question.
Sure.
You had mentioned that immigrants that come in can receive Social Security for 7 years.
Yeah, some of them can opt into that basically have the option.
Okay,
they just did an emergency ruling to expedite that status by changing those who were abused individuals, trafficked individuals, to be able to have kind of like more of a fast track setup to specifically get into those benefits. But go ahead. Yeah.
Personally, I think only the people that have come to become United States citizens and stay with it should collect. Yeah,
but the whole point of that thing, and look, I get where you're coming from. I you know what I mean. Trust me. The whole point of that
They're
thing.
Not coming here to be citizens.
Some of them aren't. Some of them are, get the money, send it home. But you got to keep in mind with this gig, like you got to give immigrants something because America is too expensive to live in without some sort of pre-set up plan to have some money coming to you. And those immigrants are going to, they would commit potentially crimes against citizens if we didn't give them money. Remember, Nixon passed SSI because he was worried about all these worried about all these poor people committing crimes against, people who, putting it as straightforward as you can, who are working. And they didn't want the poor disabled, the poor immigrants, the poor elderly to be screwing up or messing with the working class or those people currently on SSDI benefits or retirement benefits. So, we have SSI, for a lot of reasons, but the main thing is they did not want those people to be a burden on the working class. That's why we have retirement benefits too. The same thing with SSDI. Retirement benefits, the underlying subtitle is people suck at saving. And then disability benefits, people are fragile. Like, they don't want those individuals to be a burden on the working class. That's why they set up those programs.
And then you have the people that actually know how to save and have something and get to the age to retire that have to eliminate everything before they can collect.
Yeah.
It's backwards.
Well, it's a terrible system, and they created it with the intent of zeroing people out. When people talk about and in truth, the reality of it is that the white middle class gets screwed the most because they're the ones who hold up the Social Security system with all their FICA taxes. They're the ones who paid in the most. They're the ones who pay for the rich the most, pay for the poor the most. And they're also the ones that get stuck with a lot of these, rotation things where they didn't earn that much. They were able to get a home, pay for a home, and then they get old, and then they got to sell their home. And so it's this constant rinse repeat of having something and losing something and having something and losing something. So it's not good. The current marketplace when it comes to, basically what we can do for American citizens it's dead. It doesn't exist. It's really, really scary to see how aggressive some of these I don't know if you guys saw, but that one they got some candid camera footage of one of the helpers of one of the Democrat senators, Sherrod Brown. He's a guy I support with a lot of stuff, but one of his helpers was violently racist against people in her statements, just absolutely terrible. And the thing is this, it's just weird because until people realize all of these Americans are on a shit show, until they learn to stand together and vote to demand that the politicians give them something that they can't take away. Look, I don't know why we have all these rules on property taxes being as extreme as they are. Why are we punishing all these people that are property owners with these mass taxes? Weren't you
the one that mentioned but Trump wants to get rid of property tax? Because if you're paying property tax, you don't own it.
Well, I mean, he's never going to do that because the counties could never and the states could never supply. You know what I mean? It's
true. If we're paying property tax on our own property, we don't own it.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a rental game. Okay,
wait a minute. There was a question. Oh, here it is. I found it. It's up in my brain. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I just turned 66. Mm-hmm. Would it be smarter to wait to 66 and 7 months? Would that make a difference?
Yeah, because then you get your you get your FRA. I mean, it's just going to boost the benefit. But yeah, I mean, it's if you can make it to 67, or whatever yours is, 66 and whatever months, that's the way to roll. I mean, look, if you can make it to 70, you'll get an even larger increase. But that's if you intend to live a really long time and believe that they won't run out of money with the. I know.
I think we're smarter than that.
Well, the funny thing is, people yell at me in the industry. In the Social Security industry, people will yell at me. They'll get mad at me because they'll be like, Attorney Hnot, that they're going to figure out a solution at some point to this whole trust fund problem. They've known about this problem since the 80s. The 80s were a long time ago. I was born in the 80s. If they haven't figured it out in my lifespan, I'm not so certain that they're going to get this shit right, especially with $35 trillion sitting on their porch. Come on now.
I know. Don't forget, we just had to bend over and take it for another $20 billion.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the 400 and something million to Ukraine. Yeah, I saw. Look, I can't defend what's going on, and the truth is, Republicans and Democrats both support this whole mass spending on other nations, and they do it because they're piggy banks of how they were getting money validated in the proper banking system. They funnel it through that stuff. And they know that
that's how they get money in their pockets back into America.
Yeah. And they know they can't let Russia have Ukraine, because if Russia gets Ukraine, then they lost a spot where a good pipeline option is. They lost a spot where they could have, nukes on a base. Look, it's one of those. Yeah.
They're one of those labs where they do all the diseases and all that stuff.
Yeah,
they have 9 of them in Ukraine.
Yeah, well, look how many America has. We didn't need China for any of that stuff. We had enough of our own,
Yeah.
So
if you ever get a chance, Monkey Works with an X.
Yeah.
He's got a he is very educational.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Very educational.
You know, I'll check it out. But
Well,
yeah,
he's on Tuesdays and Thursdays only.
sure. I'll check it out. Yeah. But sounds good.
But thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
And I get up at 1:30 in the morning, so after I watch Timcast, I'm usually watching you.
Perfect. Well, sounds good. I'm going to do one more call on this end, but you have a wonderful, wonderful night.
It's bedtime after I eat. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
We're going to do one more call. I want to do a super thank you to Dale Witten, who gifted 10 Social Security Disability video memberships, to Cameraman, Abby, Sandy. Oh, no, Sandy's already won. Marilyn, Cap78, Phoenix, Dustin, Tara. A lot of these people I know. I've known Tara in there for a while. Ready Rocks, Pam, Lorna. That's just a bunch. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it, and that's incredible. We're going to do one more phone call, and then basically go from there. I did miss one phone call. I'm going to try and call back that person right now. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. Hold on. Here we go. I'm clicking the wrong buttons. I'm still clicking the wrong. Oh, man, this thing is shaking. All right, here, we're just going to click the blue button here. Hi, we are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's JD.
Howdy.
I just have, I look like you.
Sure.
I just have a quick question about my sister's business. If she gets sued, compliance with the wheelchairs by somebody that claims to be disabled, but we find out that they lost their disability claim for the federal government, can they be taken to court for lying that there's a disabled?
So, okay, the argument is, are they still severely impaired and claiming that they're disabled? So, I mean, somebody can still claim that they're disabled and not have Social Security benefits. So, they'll bring forth, expert evidence showing, medical, physical, mental, that they're unable to do functional tasks. So if you're saying does she manufacture the wheelchair? Like, why is the wheelchair?
No.
Yeah.
She just has a little store, selling knickknacks and candles and stuff like that.
Okay.
But didn't have the wheelchair ramp.
Okay.
And they're suing her, saying that she violated the ADA, the American with Disability Act, for not having a proper wheelchair ramp.
Yeah. Does she own the property?
I believe she is in the process of getting it. It's like a lease to own the property itself.
Gotcha.
But I mean, she's trying to fight it. And I just had a question about, like you said, if the federal government says you're not disabled, then how can you sue under that Disability Act?
Oh, because it's a violation of ADA. It's absolutely. I mean, it doesn't. Technically, they just have to prove some harm as a result of it. But to bring forth a suit. But I mean, if it's a person that basically couldn't access the store as a result of having limitations with their body, they could absolutely bring the suit. They don't have to have SSA clearance saying that they're severely impaired to get the okay to have an ADA suit.
Gotcha. You have a good one. I thank you, Walter.
Thank you, good sir. You have a wonderful night. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Perfect, guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to bed because I got to wake up, go to the homeless office. I have to wake up in less than 5 hours. I will catch you all a little bit later. You have a wonderful night. A super mega thank you to all the people who donated. We had some huge donations. Batty Beth C with the $2 donation, and then the mega donation, which was absolutely incredible. Which is right over here, which is Brett S with the 99.99 donation, where we basically went through some details related to LTD, and he called into the SSA, got it rocking and rolling. And then Dale Witten basically donated 10 memberships, which is absolutely amazing. I will catch you all a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. We will go from there. And please remember to be kind to each other. Please be nice to each other. Please remember to like and subscribe. I always forget to do that. And also head over to Google. If I helped you tonight, please consider going to Google, type in Disability Resolution Law Firm, Disability Resolution Florida, and throw some stars up there in the reviews. I will catch you guys a little bit later. Please remember there is a link for a private session in the bio area below where you can go ahead and hire basically me for a private hour. I noticed Some of the other YouTubers doing Medicare, Social Security, disability, stuff like that, they stole my contract and basically ripped off the provisions and put their logo on it. It is what it is. It's cool to be the trailblazer or whatever, but it does, they could have changed some of the wording, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But I will catch you all a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we will go from there. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.